Today, I got a basic lesson that's gonna change how you think about progress with your training and just everything when it comes to weight loss and so forth, the idea. The notion here is the linear progression versus cyclical progression. Now, linear progression, or I've heard it called linear progression, the idea is you start at point A, and you just make a straight shot to point B. And you hear this all the time from people saying, you should lose like 2 pounds a week, you should add 5 pounds to the bar, you should be able to increase your push-ups by 2 to 3 push-ups each workout, and so on. And it's this notion that you should just keep making this progress every week, forever, kind of thing. Now, it's great as this sounds, and it even seems possible at first. When you're first starting out, when I work out with a lot of clients, they're making this kind of progression for maybe a few weeks, maybe even a month or two. The thing is, you can't do this forever. I mean, can you imagine if that were even possible? If you could just keep adding on a regular basis every single workout, you'd turn into like Superman within a year. It'd be insane. But it's really actually it's an aspect of science fiction. Linear progression like this indefinitely is pure science. Like, we should just create a new X-Men character. You got the guy who can walk through walls, you got the guy who can heal himself in seconds, and then you got the guy who can just linear progress his workout indefinitely forever. The fact of the matter is, your ability to keep moving forward is cyclical. And this is the way of Mother Nature. Everything happens and grows in cycles. Think of like growing seasons, where you got spring, where we plant, summer, where things are growing, we harvest in the fall, and then in the winter, everything just kind of dies down a little bit, and it kind of rejuvenates. Even if you live in a climate where the weather is the same year-round, like in Southern California, farmers know you have to grow things in cycles, where you grow in this field, and then you grow in this other field, because the nutrients get depleted in the soil, it needs to recharge, and so on. Growth happens in cycles. And the bottom line that you want to understand with this is that things like plateaus and even sometimes somewhat setbacks are part of the growth process. And we come across this idea of like, okay, this is what I'm working on and I'm doing this workout, but I'm not losing weight anymore, or I'm not building muscle anymore. What's wrong? And the fact of the matter is, nothing's wrong. You're doing exactly what's supposed to happen. You're supposed to plateau. You're supposed to have periods where you kind of just regress or hold your ground a little bit in order for your mind and body to get used to your current level. And that's the big thing, is you cannot move forward until both mind and body get used to your next current level. And they talk about this all the time with weight loss, of this notion of like a set point. People, like, they lose 10 or 15 pounds and then zoom, they zoom right back down and they regain the weight. The fact is, they're not plateauing. They're constantly losing weight and they're dropping, or it's like they'll lose it and they gain it and they'll lose it and they gain it. They're not here for any amount of time. So here's the lesson for you. If you're growing right now and you're making progress, great, keep going. If you hit a plateau, your job then is to stay on the plateau. Stay where you're at. Try and hold your ground. Sometimes people will have workouts where it doesn't seem like they make much progress. Call those hold your ground workouts. Stay where you are. Get your mind used to where you are. Get your body used to where you are. Hell, even if you're getting to the point where you feel like you can maybe make a little progress, don't make progress. Stay where you're at. Get things kind of recharged, and eventually you're like ready to rock and roll, and you'll find that growth is possible again. So you go through cycles of growth and plateau, growth and plateau, growth and plateau. You cannot grow until you spend time in a plateau, and vice versa. Food for thought. Let me know if you have questions below. Be fit, live free.